is the experience. Our guest today is someone that you've probably seen on your screens, on YouTube, on TikTok, and to sum it all up, she's also a full-time teacher here in Dubai. How lovely. Miss Betty B, how are you?
I'm fine, Liz. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you feeling today?
I feel fantastic. I feel so energized, and I love your earrings. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I like your outfit too today.
Thank you. This is what I'm wearing. This is what I'm wearing today. This, you know how Elsa Majimbo says it. Do you want me to show your viewers what I'm wearing today?
Why not?
No, let's just get into it. I'll show them later, but they can see like, yeah, it's a rich color.
Before we get into our video today, since Miss Betty B is a YouTuber herself, if you can please go to her pages, follow her, subscribe to her channel and everything, and don't forget to like, leave your comments. For our viewers who are discovering you right now, would you like to introduce yourself to them?
I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah. So, hi guys, my name is Betty B. I'm a teacher. I'm a full-time professional teacher here in Dubai, and I'm a teacher of geography, by the way. And on the side, I'm a content creator. I do YouTube. Like I have a YouTube channel, like we've mentioned already.
And when did you come to Dubai?
2022, yeah, 2022 April for vacation, and then I left. I went back to where I was working. I was working in another country, but like the very day I came for my vacation, I fell in love with Dubai. I was like, wow, this is where I'm supposed to be staying. So when I went back to the other country I was living already, I was working there as a teacher. I started applying for jobs in Dubai, but then nobody bothered to even call me for an interview. So I decided like, okay, when it was during the summer vacation of 2022, I said, okay, now I'm going to take myself to Dubai and find that job by myself, walk into those schools and ask them to give me the job. So yeah, I came here in 2022 July.
That's quite interesting because you find that most people they come here purposely to find some job, to find the work, like they purpose to do that. But for you it's different. You came for a vacation, you came to enjoy yourself, to have fun, and then being stand around.
Things turned around. No, but I didn't stay back. I went back because I was working elsewhere.
Then you
So
started dreaming about Dubai when you went back.
yeah, like the hotel where I was staying back then, it was, I don't remember the name, but I used to peep on the window and I see school buses. I'm like, wow, I should be inside that school bus. So I said, okay, I'll just go back to my work and I'll start applying. And even during the vacation, when I was having my vacation here, I started applying. I just turned like instead of enjoying, like apart from enjoying myself, going places at night, I used to like drop my CV online. Here you just need to apply online. So that's what I was doing until now. I decided to come like physically during the summer break, like that's July.
You have such a beautiful and fun story. Would you mind telling us which country it is that you were teaching before you came here?
Wow, yeah, I was teaching in Somaliland. You guys know Somaliland? You guys know Somaliland? It's not Somalia, please. It's Somaliland. It's a good country, it's beautiful, and I was getting good pay. But, like it's exclusively Islamic. So, like lots of restrictions. It's not somewhere you want to stay for long. Plus, when you travel, you get exposed. So the more you travel, you get exposed and you feel like, wow, I should be having this. I should be staying here. So I think that's the revolution that happened in my life. And I ended up running away from that country.
Could you teach us a little bit? What do you mean when you say there is Somalia? I know about Somalia. I don't know about Somaliland.
Okay, Somalia and Somaliland are two different countries. So Somaliland broke from Somalia historically. I think the rest of the details you can find out. Actually, like Somaliland has their own president and all that, but then it's not recognized as a sovereign state at the moment. Yeah.
Hope you've learned something because I have for sure. So, did you ever teach back home in Kenya by any chance?
Yeah, I started my teaching career back in Kenya. I was teaching at Nova. Guys, you guys know Nova Pioneer? That's where I was teaching. Nova Pioneer Tattoo City. That's everyone's dream school in Kenya.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even lying. It's a good school for sure. It's a good school both for students and teachers. So that's where I got more foundation and I mean more solid foundation in my teaching career. It taught me quite a lot.
So after your vacation, you went back, you started dreaming about Dubai, and then you applied to come here, or you came here to like actively look for work?
When I went back, I kept applying. Like like it was a month. Like I think it was around April. So I was sending my application all over. Like anytime I see a vacancy, I even applied to be a principal, head teacher, and all that. You know the way you feel like okay, I'm fit for this job. You understand? And you just apply randomly anywhere, anywhere. So that's exactly what I was doing. And I think because I was not qualified, no one called me for any interviews. And then in July we had like summer break, like was it July? Yeah, around July we had a summer break. So I said, okay, I have some money. Let me go to Dubai and try to see if I can secure a job while there. I just took my funds. I didn't pack everything, by the way, because I wasn't really sure. I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for the job during the month of July. If I get the job, it's fine. I'll stay there. But if I don't get the job, I'll have to come back here. Because how am I going to stay in Dubai without a job? So I packed, I traveled, I booked everything online. I got some Airbnb in Sharjah. Like back then, I still didn't know more about UAE. So I saw Sharjah and I was like, okay, let me just book here. So I booked Sharjah, I came to Sharjah, I stayed there until I got a job.
I saw in one of your YouTube videos you were explaining that you almost got conned. Did you actually get conned, or you almost got conned? One of those by someone who was by some agency which was promising you a job.
I think I was extremely desperate, desperate. Like the visa is about to expire, and I don't have another option. I don't want to go back home.
How did you get from that to where you are now? Like, how did it transform to you actually getting the actual job?
Being desperate can make you do anything.
Tell me about that.
Like at first, even when I came to Dubai, when I was still applying and applying, and still I didn't get any interviews. So I was like, okay, then this morning, this one day I just sent my application, and then the next day this guys invited me for an interview, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I think someone has finally noticed my CV. So I went for the interview, and then it turned out they want you to pay some money for you to get the job. So I was like, no, this sounds Kenya-ish. I didn't imagine that happens here in UAE. And then I didn't pay. So as I continued to like drop my CV online and no one cared, I became desperate. I don't know, coincidentally, these guys called me again. For some reasons they keep your details, and then they just, oh hi, come for the interview, because it's not even a real interview. You just go to a room and they ask you to pay money.
When they become broke, they kind
They
of
look
go
at
through
their
the
data.
CVs.
Yeah, they see, okay, we got this one, and then they look at the nationality. Like, this one must be desperate. So I was in that situation. So coincidentally they called me again, and then I said, okay, this time around let me just go. So when I went, I was like, I'm going to pay. I'll pay.
Yani, you kind of knew that they were lying to you,
swear,
but
I
you still
knew.
went on with it.
I feel like that was like my last hope. It was the only thing that I was like, okay, if these people gonna give me a job, then it will help me a lot. It was the last drop. I had renewed my visa, I think, already for the first time. And you know how expensive it is to renew your visa while working here in when looking for a job in Dubai. I mean,
It's draining.
it's draining financially, emotionally, and all that. So I paid and hoped that they'll call me. Even that lady, I remember, she gave me her WhatsApp number. She was like, okay, take my WhatsApp number. In case we don't call you back within 1 week, just text me. So I did. I texted her. No reply. She didn't reply. And then I was like, okay, fine. This is done. It's a done deal. But then, fortunately, like I think by 1 week, but see, she said after 1 week. So by the time it was 1 week, I had already gotten a couple of interviews, and I had started seeing light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah.
Did you get picked up from applying so much, or did you take the CV yourself to the school? Like, which application did you use? Because so many people would also like to apply, and to be teachers here. So, how did you do it?
Guys, you just need to apply. I just applied online until I got my very first interview. And one thing about me, I'm always just looking for that interview. Just call me for that interview. I'm going to nail it. That's for sure. With God. So when I first got my very first interview, I went there. It was in Sharjah, actually, some very interior part of Sharjah. So I was just chilling randomly, and oh, by then I was staying in a palace. By then,
Oh, oh wow.
I was broke, but I was staying in a palace. I had a friend, and she's working in some local family, like a very big guy in the country. So I talked to her like, can I get somewhere to stay in your place, blah blah, because I think I was broke already. I had spent all I had, and I'm still not getting a job. There's no promise that I'm getting a job. So when I was going for that interview, I was staying with someone else in their home. So they just called me, oh hi, can you come for the interview? Then I went for that interview, like grilling, and by the end of the interview, they gave me the offer letter like immediately. I was like, oh God, oh you mean?
Wow, you did well.
Yeah, and I couldn't even remember like when did I apply for this job. The more like the way you just drop your application every now and then, everywhere, every single day, until you don't know when did I apply for this job. But I wasn't happy with the salary. But I was like, anyway, this is
A good starting point.
a good starting point. So like when now I was supposed to report to that school, they were supposed to reopen on 22nd. Mostly the first term here begins in August around 20 something. So I was supposed to report on 22nd, and whoever was doing my interview noticed that I wasn't really comfortable with the offer. So he was like, you have time, go think about it. If you're not okay with it, just let us know a week before opening. So I didn't get anything by the time we were open, like the school year began. So I reported the very first day. I'm in this school and they are speaking in Arabic.
You with your English.
I don't know Arabic. So like someone was translating. Like when you translate the message, obviously it gets distorted. And like whoever is translating, they're also not native speakers, so there's that language barrier. I felt a little bit depressed, but I was happy I have the job. And then the afternoon of that same day, before even I left to go back home, like before the end of the school day, I got another interview invite. They're like, oh, are you available tomorrow this time? I was like, oh, yeah, why not? I went for that interview. And I don't know, maybe they weren't really happy about it. But then they said, we will call you the next day. I waited, no next day. A week later, I got another interview. I was still applying because I was determined to get what I deserve, what I want. So when I applied, in the process, another school called me. Now that school is in Dubai, not in Sharjah now. So I took a taxi all the way from Ajman. The palace is in Ajman, where I was staying now. It's in Ajman. So I went for the interview, and do you know how I applied for that one? What happened? I applied online on LinkedIn. Mostly I use LinkedIn. I rely on LinkedIn quite a lot for connections, for job posting and all that. So
Like career wise. Yeah?
career wise, exactly. So that morning I woke up and that's like it was like a morning routine. I wake up in the morning, I checked LinkedIn the first thing. Like instead of checking WhatsApp and Instagram and all that, I used to check LinkedIn first. So I woke up at 6. I checked LinkedIn. I saw a job posting, some random schools, and then I DM'd them. That's part of the drill. You can't, like, everyone is liking their posts, so you have to go extra mile. You don't just drop your CV. So I went into their DM, I asked them, and then they're like, okay, send me your CV. So I sent my CV and went back to sleep. I woke up again after 2 hours and I found this lady, the HR, DM'd me again, like, oh, hi, I did not receive your CV. Can you send it again? I sent my CV again, and then after 1 hour, she invited me for an interview again now in their school. Remember, I have the other job.
You have the other offer letter.
I have the other offer letter, which I was given immediately. And I went for another promising interview, but then I didn't get the feedback. Now I'm having a third interview.
The teaching job, it's in high demand, right?
It's in high demand, but it's also very competitive. Here in the UAE, you're competing. I don't know if I can call it competing, but the competition is between different nationalities, and schools have preference to who they want the kids to interact with. Like there's a preference for a certain type of teachers. So I went for that interview, and I think 2 days later they gave me an offer letter, and I was so excited because it was like 2,000 dirham more than the other school.
Wow,
So that's how
2,000
I got.
dirhams, that's a huge difference, guys. That's a huge difference.
And then yeah, actually, and then you know what happened in between? I wasn't going to that the first school because I got COVID. So I got
Sorry
COVID.
about that.
I got COVID and I had to stay home for 10 days. So by the time I was going for the school that invited me, it was my 10th day of quarantine. So I was okay to go. I just went. I risked, had my mask, went for the interview, and then 2 days later they gave me the offer letter. After reporting now to that school for like, I worked for 3 days, and then the second school that invited me again, they called me. They were ready to, actually, they sent me an offer letter. But then now I had already reported, and you don't want to jump from one job to another. So I stayed there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
You've got to go where the grass is greener.
the other side, the grass was really green. That's for sure. The grass was really green. But then I had already, like, the process had already started for visa and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
But
have to be respectful too.
deep
Yeah.
down, I really wanted that school. It's a big school.
For the people who are looking to get into the teaching job here, the people who are learning it, their students learning about education. By the way, what did you do in school?
I studied Bachelor of Education. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are the requirements apart from the degree in education?
I mean, that's the main thing that you need. You need your bachelor's degree in education and your major subjects. Yeah. And I think that's the main thing that you need. But for the English teachers, not even for the English, like a lot of schools ask for IELTS. So I would recommend, if you're a teacher of English or if you're in college and studying English, just to make sure you have IELTS. It's only valid for 2 years. So if you have it, and by the time you're trying to get the job, you have to redo it again. Yeah.
What curriculum do you teach and how is it different? I'll relate it with Kenya because that's where we are both from. How different is it from the curriculum in Kenya right now, the CBC?
Okay, UA in general has different curriculum. Like there's the UK curriculum and there's the Indian curriculum. It's called CBSE. There's the American curriculum. There's IB, all of that. And then in addition to that, there's also the local subjects like UA subjects. They're also incorporated into that. So in the local schools, they teach all of this curriculum, and then they have the additional subject. And the difference, I think it's just in the naming, because the content is the same. The difference also comes in the levels at which you learn certain things. For instance, did you do geography in high school?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so for example, in high school, something like rocks, it's learnt in Form 1. Form 1, I think it's the same as year 9 here. But then here you find that rocks, you learn it at a very, like, the lower grades. You understand? Yeah, so there's not so much difference apart from how it's called, the way it's taught, how the curriculum is delivered. Most of our curriculum back home, it's more of traditional delivery method where the teacher does the talking and the student listens and writes. Here it's a bit different. It's more learner centered. It's the child talks more. The child explores more than what you do. So you need to be very creative as well, because you need to figure out what activities would make learning more interesting and would make the students more engaged.
So, which one do you teach yourself?
Currently, I'm doing the UK, the British International Curriculum.
For the people who would like to apply, which websites can you use? I know you've mentioned LinkedIn, but is there any other websites that they would use, they can use? I mean,
Yeah, there are so many websites, but I really don't know if the websites work. I don't know who controls the websites, but if you want to, try LinkedIn. Go to TES. TES is TES. Go to Indeed. Yeah, those are some of the ones I can remember at the top of my head. From my own experience, I think LinkedIn works best because all of those websites I'm mentioning, I've used them before, and not even a single day. I'm being honest, not even a single day did I get any interviews from there. I don't know what other people experience are like. I don't know. Did you get your job through any of the sites?
Okay, for me it's different because I'm in hospitality. So in hospitality, the ones that we use to apply for jobs is similar a bit, but not quite. We also use LinkedIn, Indeed, but we have special ones like Hey Hot Stuff. We have hospitality jobs. That's what it's called. Like we have different websites as well.
Or the other alternative could be just go to the specific school websites, because most schools they leave their email addresses there. It's better to send your CV directly to the school. If it's just a random recruitment website, whoever is running the recruitment websites, I mean, what makes you think they will get into your CV anytime soon? Yeah, so go straight into the school website. Just search the schools online. You'll find they post their careers in the website. They post their email addresses. Try that and see how it works.
And does experience really matter, or you can get hired even like as an entry level?
It depends. Some schools can hire you at an entry level. Others prefer people who have experience, but mostly for for in UAE they ask for 2 years of experience inside UAE. It's God if you get it. If you get a job as a fresh graduate and you're new to the system of the UAE, you can still get a job, but then it's, you know. And then I would highly, I would advise, if you're fresh graduate, please don't do it now. Just get your experience solid back wherever you are, because when you move to a different country, the dynamics are totally different. Like, you're going to struggle with quite a lot. So instead of struggling with the content and struggling to fit in with the culture and struggling with the behavior and all that, it's better master the content, not the nitty-gritties of the class management and all that. Then when you go to a different country, let's say you come to UAE, it's going to be easy. You have the content. So when you go to class, you're not struggling with behavior plus content. You choose your struggle.
I like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a warning, you know.
Yeah, you can't struggle both ways. At least you have a choice. So when you have a choice, you make the right decision. Yeah.
It's good that you've mentioned culture, because that brings us to our next question. How do you deal with all these different kids with different cultures, with different traditions, different races even? How do you deal with that?
Don't even start. That's a whole different episode, a whole different story. And if you see me at the end of the day, it's not easy, let's just say so, because now this is a situation where you're dealing with kids coming from different countries. Like, in a class, you'll find that you have like more than 40 cultures, and you have to manage that. It's your job. If anything goes wrong in that class, you are the problem.
Because you're the adult.
You're the adult in the room. So I mean, we have the school where I teach right now. They are very supportive. Uh, Before you start your work, before you get into the system, there is onboarding. They get you cultured into the system, so you know exactly what to do, how to handle this and that. So that really helped me a lot. So how I handle it, I just follow the policy that the school has put in place. Let me tell you, when I started teaching in Dubai, I felt like I am starting from scratch.
Like you've never taught before.
Yeah, with all my 1,000 years experience, I come to Dubai and I feel like I have never taught. I've never been to any class. Because trust me, let's say like the behavior management, all my behavior management strategies that I was using back in Nova, they didn't work here even an inch. Like, it's like you're starting from scratch. Because, in Nova, you're teaching kids who are listening to you. You're talking, they're listening, they engage properly. Let me tell you, here, you go to class, even asking them to, you're not going to finish your sentence. Good morning, class. Today we are going to, Miss, can I go to the bathroom? Miss this, Miss. Like, it's just a lot of interruption.
Why?
I'm really trying to understand that because I think it's a thing which is happening all over.
Or
Like
it's
right now, it's
attention. I think it's attention. Like everyone needs attention, but the kids needs it more, especially these days with the internet and social media and stuff. I don't know.
maybe, but I think we are dealing with a generation which is exposed, and I feel like it needs some kind of the teacher students who are in school right now. They shouldn't be taught what we were taught, the methods that we were taught, or rather, if they're being taught the same methods, then we should be having something new which like something contemporary which is fit for the generation, like imagine Gen Z how they behave now.
Yeah.
Gen Alpha now, that's the category that we are teaching, so you can imagine how Gen Alpha is. You can't tell them anything, you can't.
Well.
And you have to be very smart, like they'll outshine you. So I mean, I'm just trying to find balance based on school policy, a little experience here and there. Actually, that's the reason why mostly they ask for UAE experience. Because if you have taught in the UAE, at least you understand the culture of the schools, the behavior of the students. Because trust you me, it's the same all over.
Oh.
The behavior is all over. It's the same thing. It's just a generational thing. Because even if you talk to a teacher who is teaching in the UK or US, they'll tell you the same thing.
Do you wear a uniform to work?
Can never be me.
Do your students wear uniform to
To school. Yeah, they do. They do. They have a variety of uniforms. That's a good thing. Back where did you go to school? Anyway, I remember in my school we used to have one uniform, skirt and shirt only. Or maybe you can have two pairs of skirt, but it's the same design. Here they have a variety of uniforms, like the PE uniform, two of them, two design trouser, shorts, skirt. They have the pants. Like it's just a variety, so they do wear uniform.
okay.
But teachers don't. The only people who wear uniform are the teacher assistants, and I think it depends from one school to another. Some of them wear just t-shirts or something like that. I remember when I went for that interview, that the job they were offering is teacher assistant, so I didn't know. But the moment they mentioned you will be given uniform, I was like, no, I don't want that job. I don't want that job. Who is going to wear uniform to work?
Yeah. And the way you're stylish.
No, but I mean, it's not a big deal. If the uniform is nice, like I see your uniform, it's so cute. That one I can wear it every single day. But if you're gonna give me overall, no, I'm not taking that job. Please, thank you.
Actually, your poses, your photos, your videos, your reels, everything, they're so nice and elegant and stylish and professional too. Have you ever been a model before or something?
Being a model, okay, I have tried to be a model, but I think the modeling space is just too hard to crack. But I've tried. I tried it while I was in campus. After campus, I went for several auditions, but then it's the height thingy. But here in Dubai, height is not a big deal, but modeling is expensive here. You're expected to pay. Like, I was supposed to go for Miss Universe, Mrs. Universe, Miss Universe. They keep sending me messages on WhatsApp like Miss Universe. And then when I asked what are the requirements, they say 2,000 dirhams. I mean, I'm coming there to compete so that I can win, so that you pay me, and you're asking me to pay. I mean, it's just not working. So I just put my modeling skills into posing and creating my reels, and that's it. But if one day I find someone to work with, like someone who wants to like dress a model, I mean, why not? Yeah.
You're a natural then.
Thank you.
Take us through your YouTube journey. Like, when did you start YouTube, and in between all of your career into teaching, then how did you get into YouTube?
So how I started my YouTube channel, I mean, I've been dreaming of starting a YouTube channel since 2020, but then I feel like I didn't have the confidence to just start off and get things rolling. So 2020 during COVID, I was home, I recorded videos and whatever, but I never posted anything.
That was before you even became a teacher
No,
and
I was
all.
a teacher already.
You are a teacher, but not here
No,
yet.
no, no, not here. And then 2021, I kept thinking about it. 2022, I said, okay, I'm just gonna do it anyway. So the Airbnb where I was staying, it was so nice. I said, okay, let me start by doing like a house tour, and then I recorded the video. I asked the caretaker to help me do it. I never posted it, but I started the channel anyway. Yeah, eventually I started the channel, and it's not easy. I really love editing videos. If you watch my videos, you'll see.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Thank you. I love doing voiceovers. I like listening to my voiceovers. So, but the editing bit is a little bit hard, and the time with the work and all that, and sometimes you just don't have motivation. But you guys, just make sure you motivate me by liking and watching my content as well.
But the thing with being a content creator, if the motivation is not there, you just cannot even get creative. You cannot get there. You cannot get into that space, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but you just need some intrinsic motivation coming from you, not from outside.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you balance between being a YouTuber and being a teacher?
I like doing I like creating the footages over the weekend. That's when I have time. And then in between the week, if I have time, I'll be editing. Like, I can't edit a full video in one sitting because I don't have like that much time. So I'll be like, on Monday, I'll start editing. So I edit maybe on my way to work, if I have the motivation, that is. And or later in the evening on my way back home, because once I get home I just don't want to do anything apart from relaxing. So I just try to edit in between the week, and I haven't been consistent with my posting and all that, but that's how I try to balance.
And your students, your kids, your students, what feedback or interactions do they share with you about your content? Do they ever watch you even?
Yeah, some of them do. I mean, they like following me on Instagram. I don't know, for some reasons. For some reasons, they just discovered everything. And that celebrity teacher in the hallway.
Yeah.
When you're walking on, just random students that you don't even know them. Oh, hi, Miss, I found your YouTube channel. Miss, I found your Instagram. Miss, I'm your favorite, right? And then we're not allowed to interact with them outside of school, like online and all that. But then anytime I post something on Instagram, they'll comment. Go look at my last, like some of my latest posts. They comment, "Oh, Miss, you ate." That's language for the Gen Alpha.
It's from them, really?
They'll be like, "Oh, Miss, you ate this look. Hey, Miss, I like this. Oh, I don't know, like." They're just all over. And, there's this one class, they don't like learning. So when I go to their class, they'll just start being dramatic with my content. And they'll be like, Miss, can you open your YouTube channel so we watch? We don't want to learn. Or sometimes you're just teaching and you just bump into a kid. Instead of listening to you, they're watching your videos or scrolling through your pages. And it's just weird. But I think that has helped me create some bond with them because, I was new and things were tough, but then having that connection on Instagram and like on my social pages has helped me to settle down, even with some of them who are very difficult and hard to deal with.
I can understand that. Like, it's even easier to talk to them and to tell them the way you said before, like you can give an instruction and it's not followed.
Yeah.
Now that they respect you on that perspective, they can easily listen to everything that you're teaching and telling them.
Yeah, sometimes they threaten me.
What?
Like when things don't, as a teacher, you have to be very strict. You don't have to favor. But these kids, they don't understand. They feel like because I'm following Miss on Instagram, she should favor
She owes me.
Yeah, she owes me. I don't owe you anything, child. I'm your teacher. I'm just doing my job. So sometimes when they feel like things are not working, they be threatening. I'm going to unfollow you. And then, there's a day, I think something happened, I think, in the school, and some teachers lost their jobs for some reason. So we were reminded about the policy, online interaction policy. I think maybe some teacher messed up, I don't know. So I was worried. I went and unfollowed most of them. But then it happens, a lot of them are already following me. So it's not easy to delete all of them. So they came to complain. They came. Miss, I no longer see you. Did you unfollow me? Miss, you unfollowed me. Miss, I don't like you anymore.
Oh my God, they're so, what is it called? Resilient?
It's a whole drama. It's a whole series. Sometimes I don't know how to handle it, honestly. I was reading the other day after they got their report, and then she sent me a message. Miss, you mean you gave me 2
It's what
in the
she's
test?
called.
In the test, yeah. That's. I was like, oh, we cannot discuss this here. Can you come to school tomorrow? We talk about this. You know, like you just don't want to engage. These are kids. When things turn around, everything will turn against you. I just don't want this conversation to go on further, so I block it. Come to school tomorrow. Let's talk about this.
Is there any teacher that you've collaborated with before on your content?
No, I just had a small mention of some teacher in the UK. I just mentioned him because I like his Instagram page. He posts things which are relatable, so I follow him on his Instagram page. And then there's one time I gave him a shout out on my channel. Yeah, but I haven't really like done a collabo with any other teacher. I would love to.
I've been looking at you throughout this interview, and I cannot help but notice how your skin looks so flawless. So, why don't you give us the secret?
Let me check first. What's my secret? I really don't do much with my skin. I actually don't have like an exclusive skincare routine. I just wash my face and I moisturize and I put sunscreen. If I have to do makeup, I do just foundation and powder, and that's all.
Product name?
Product name. I mix everything. So like I like trying everything. So like right now, I'm using my cleanser is La Roche
Okay.
only cleanser,
Guys, take notes.
and then and then moisturizer. I have CeraVe moisturizer, and then the sunscreen is so skin, something like that.
Okay.
That's the much I'm using, guys. It's never that serious as long as your face is moisturized. And then I like this MAC lip gloss. I love lip glosses. Yeah, I'm trying to do lipstick. I'm trying to introduce myself to lipsticks, but I find myself licking my lipsticks every now and then, and
I'll introduce you to some nice ones.
yeah, that's really nice. What's that color?
It's Sephora. I don't remember the color number. I'll show you later
Yeah, I
on.
think I could try that color. It looks really subtle.
Thank you. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with us. And Miss Betty, what do you have to say to our viewers as we end this interview?
Dearies, thank you so much for staying tuned to this video until the end. I hope you loved the conversation. Let us know if you want more of this. And yeah, just make sure you leave a comment, support a girl. Leave your comments down below. Let us know what you think, and also subscribe. And please find time and go subscribe to my channel as well. It's free. It's just 1 second. Okay.
We've been hanging out at Namelaka, such a nice and beautiful place. Like, you can come here, have some coffee, have some drinks. We are having some, what are you having?
This is mango passion.
This is mango passion, and I just ordered mine. I'm waiting for it to come because I finished the first one. And also, Miss Betty B here will be doing a full review on this place on Namelaka. So please head over to her channel right after this and watch the video. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.